So yet another variation of Tai Otoshi that we could consider doing. Okay. In modern rules in judo, once we get a unorthodox grip, maybe like a 2-on-1 grip on this same side collar, we have to attack. Okay. But if you're in the dojo and your sensei allows it, you could play from this grip. Okay. And this grip, essentially what I'm doing is I'm coming in, instead of the traditional right side grip, I'm actually grabbing across his collar here. Okay. And if you actually get your hands on it and try it, you can see how this grip, coming from this grip into here, actually modifies this limb where there's a little bit more slack. We could do a lot of other Tai Otoshis from here. But, you know, if you've never done Tai Otoshi with this grip, give it a try. Give this one a try, okay? I'm going to come in and grab a nice sleeve grip here. And now we're shooting this variation right versus right, especially if he's giving me this super narrow stance, okay? The regular Tai Otoshi is not necessarily going to be the best case here, but we can kind of modify this Tai Otoshi, especially if we get this look, okay? So here we are, we're going to slide this hand in. We're both in extreme right-handed stance here, okay? What I'm going to do first, I'm going to back step in to kind of close this distance here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and lunge down. All right, you can see that I'm still taking this shape, but instead of him falling forward for the Tai Otoshi, this now becomes kind of a modified backwards Tai Otoshi. So what makes this kind of a variation of Tai Otoshi is my feet are pretty much kind of taking this Tai Otoshi stance, right? We talked about this nice bend, this nice lunge to get my body out of the way. Even here, I'm going to want to have this nice 60-40 split. So my weight distribution, I'm bending my left knee, about 60% of my weight's here, another 40% is here. So I have this nice lunge, okay? And with this variation, when I come in, right, it's still a tewaza, it's a hand technique. Okay? Tai Otoshi is a hand technique. So when I come in, I'm looking to extend him out. So here, right, you can see that extension is going to come through. So if I get a throw, you can see where that Tai Otoshi remnant is still there, okay? Another option we could consider doing, especially if we're this far and this right, I could look to punch this grip off, okay? And what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to tighten the gi around this wrist. I'm going to turn my pinky down and punch his elbow to his hip, okay? And as grips get stronger, you have to utilize your whole body to break this grip. So I can't just use my hand. Okay, and a lot of times the gi will move. So what we want to do is rotate my shoulder over. My shoulder goes up and down on this limb. Okay? If you notice my heel too, my outside heel, my hip also turns over. So while it may look like I'm just using my arm to break this off, I'm actually snapping my hip over and rotating and using my upper body at the same time as my grip. Okay, so we're punching this elbow to the hip. Once we get that reaction, the variant Tai Otoshi will be there. Okay. What really makes this one kind of fun is, if we see this extreme right versus right, we can punch this grip off and we can still work the person here. Now as we look for this Tai Otoshi, we try and get that nice leg step. Right, we want to catch behind this person. So the same way that we've been finishing Tai Otoshi with this leg is naturally bent here. It's bent for our safety, right? For us, we don't want to lock this joint out, okay? Keep this bent nice and soft here. So as I'm finishing, what I'm going to do is extend this knee, and it actually helps aid the uke to go back. Okay, so when I use this knee bend to finish this lower limb, and I utilize my hands, it puts my whole body in effort to finish this technique. So it looks like this. This is a nice option. Change up your attack angles for Tai Otoshi. Give it a try at your dojo.